And you were comfortable being fat, because if you weren't comfortable, you would do something about it. I talk to people with their lives are all fucked up, and they're like, well, my life's all
Order
fucked up. Like,
placed.
yeah, of course it is, because you're happy for your life to be fucked up. Even if you're
Order
not happy,
rejected.
even if you're uncomfortable, you're
BCH
not
Future, шорт
uncomfortable
1К.
enough to change it.
Банк
Order
USDT,
cancelled. Order
шорт
placed.
14
Order
тысяч.
placed.
You would not be
Order
coming to me for
placed.
motivation. If you were genuinely pissed off about your situation, you would not need me to motivate you.
Alt
You would
Future,
motivate your
шорт
fucking self, and you
810К.
would do something to change it yourself.
ОШИБКИ Future,
But you
шорт
don't,
25М.
which says a lot. So this whole motivational shit is all garbage. All you fuckers are exactly where you belong.
Order
I'm where
order
I belong.
filled.
The top of the
Order
mountain.
filled.
Эфир
Fucking
Future,
Lambo,
лонг
Bentley,
3К.
Aston, 5 houses, 6 million liquid cash, and 20 girlfriends. This is where I
Order
fucking
placed.
belong, because I refuse to stay anywhere else.
Order
If you
filled.
motherfuckers are so sleeping
BCH
sound at
Future,
night,
Order
лонг
placed. Order
8К.
filled.
exactly where you are.
ПХБ Future, шорт 550К.
Order placed.
Here's the
Океан,
reality of the
шорт
world,
1М.
people. If you're watching
Эфир
this, you
Future,
may not know
лонг
this.
3К.
Sit down and pay attention.
Бельгер
Yin and
USDT,
yang.
лонг
Order
540К.
cancelled.
Old Chinese
Фил,
philosophy.
лонг
Joy and
91.
pain,
Order
light and
filled.
dark. There
Биткоин,
is no
Order
up
filled.
without down. There's
ОШИБКИ
no
Future,
such thing as
шорт
permanent
25М.
happiness, because then it's not happiness.
Океан,
You
шорт
only feel
1М.
happiness because you
Фил
felt
Future,
sad. You
лонг
need the
90К.
polarity to even experience it. This is what people don't understand. People are going through life going, I deserve to be happy all the time. You're not a child who has, his a 2-year-old who got a toy at Christmas. You're a grown
Эфир
up.
Future,
You've got
лонг 2К.
responsibilities. You have things you need to do. You
Биткоин,
have pressure.
шорт
You have
170.
commitments to fulfill. You're not going to be
ОШИБКИ
permanently
Future, шорт
happy
25М.
all of the time.
Order
There's going to be
filled.
times you
Short
feel a bit
1М.
pissed
Order
off.
order
I
filled.
certainly
Order
do
order
believe
placed.
that
Order
BCH
placed.
Future,
happiness
шорт
Order
1К.
as
placed.
a man, I can only talk for myself, but my happiness is derived from having this massive ego, which I've proved. I didn't just, I'm not, look, there's a lot of people with egos who are jackasses because they ain't done shit. But when people, Mike Tyson in his prime,
ПХБ
everyone was an
Future,
ego.
шорт 530К.
Order
Mike
placed.
fucking Tyson in his
Order
prime.
placed. Order
How do
placed.
you
Эфир
not
Order
have an
Future,
placed.
ego?
лонг 2К.
You're from the
Order
projects, you just
placed.
fucked
Order
everyone up, you got
placed.
billions of
Order
Бельгер
dollars.
USDT,
Like, I like
лонг
that.
540К.
And I think that
WIF
most men,
Future падает
if they want to feel
2%.
happier, they need to give themselves a reason
CS,
to brag
шорт
about shit.
42М.
And they're going to start to feel a little bit happier. So maybe it's
BNB
just me,
Future,
venting.
лонг
I love to
1К.
go online and brag. I certainly do. I love to buy a new car and go and
Doggy
say, look,
Future,
third
лонг
Lambo.
7М.
Ha, I'm so rich. Ha ha ha. It makes me, part of me
Бельгер
enjoys
USDT,
that. And if that
лонг
inspires people,
540К.
then good.
Фил Future,
I
лонг
absolutely should inspire
85К.
Just like when the guy in the
Эфир
Ferrari
Future,
drove past
лонг
me on
2К.
the way to college, he inspired
Флоки
me.
Future,
He
лонг
pissed me
3М.
off, but he
BNB
inspired me
Future, лонг
at the same
1К.
time. So,
Doggy
if
Future
my
падает
bragging inspires people, I
2%.
absolutely
BCH
unarmedly
Future,
encourage
лонг
that.
7К.
It certainly should inspire people.
Happiness is a super interesting, and shut me up if I'm talking too much, but happiness to me is a super interesting
ПХБ
concept.
Future,
When people come
шорт
to me and say, "I want happiness,"
520К.
why should you
Фил,
be happy?
лонг
Like, what do you mean? It's like,
81К.
who told you you should be happy
Биткоин,
all the time
шорт
without working
170.
for it? Happiness
Эфир
is at the
Future,
top of the
лонг
mountain.
2К.
You ain't been anywhere. You haven't even climbed it. You haven't even got out your house.
Дот, шорт
Who tells you?
75К.
Only Western society has told you you should be happy permanently, without reason, all the time. That's not natural. No one, I don't
ПХБ
think you should
Future,
be happy.
шорт
You're not happy,
530К.
why? Well, you're fat and you're lazy. You don't do shit. So yeah, when people come to me and say I'm not happy, I say, why should you be happy? And we're all adults here. This infantile mindset that we're all supposed to be like we were when we were 3 years old, and oh, something shiny, laugh all the time, run around in circles, ooh, a cardboard
Биткоин,
box. We're
шорт
grown-ups, we have
170.
responsibilities, and we have problems and we have pressure, and you don't necessarily have to be happy to perform.
Эфир
Especially if
Future,
you're a man.
лонг 2К.
Like women have this, I guess to a degree they're born lucky. Women have this mindset where people expect women to be happy. Women need to be happy. But as a man, you have a burden of performance.
Фил Future,
As a
лонг
man, you should be waking up
80К.
going, how do I get happy?
ПХБ
As a man, you
Future,
wake up and say,
шорт
okay, how do I perform?
530К.
You know, and happiness will come at the
Фронт
end of the
Future
performance
падает
anyway.
2%.
Order cancelled.
BNB Future, лонг 1К. BCH Future, лонг 7К. Zero X Future падает 2%. Эфир Future, шорт 2К. RD Future,
Order
лонг
placed.
11К.
Order
Бельгер
placed.
USDT, лонг 540К. РКМ Future падает 2%. Токен Future падает
Order placed. Order
2%.
cancelled.
XRP Future,
Order
лонг
placed.
1М. R, шорт 16К. ПХБ
Order
Future, шорт
placed.
520К.
Order
The
placed.
happiest men have still got that drive and that
Order
goal to
placed.
conquer the world
Эфир
one way or
Future,
another.
шорт 2К.
And the most unhappy men are the men who don't have that goal.
шорт
Because they're told it's
17К.
wrong to think that way. It's wrong to try and conquer.
Шорт 75К.
No, it's not.
Humans, and especially males, since the dawn of human time, have been programmed to conquer the world. This is all we've ever done.
Order placed.
You know, and this is why I was so obsessed with kickboxing. This is why I'm so obsessed with money. When before I had any money, I thought $1 million was a lot of money. As soon as you get $1 million, you realize it's fucking nothing. Then you get 10 and you go, okay, that's a bit, but there's boats out there that cost 500. I can't afford one of them. If you want to really conquer the world, you need more and more and more. This is the natural instinct of men. You know,
Order
I say
placed.
this all the time. You should never adopt the thinking of someone who is sad. And most
Order
people who
filled.
are out here giving their life advice, if you sit there and go, are you happy? Well, yeah, I'm pretty happy. You're on antidepressants.
XRP
Order
Huge,
placed.
Long
Order
1M.
placed. Order placed.
Like most
Order
people giving
placed.
advice out, you wouldn't even want to be them. So why would you listen to them? I'm not going to listen to anybody unless they're happier than me. Otherwise, I'm never going to listen. You know? So yeah, it's being rooted out by the mainstream because they want all of us as slaves. They want us as slaves. The people who are in charge of the world need people
Order
to clean their
placed.
cars and build their boats.
Order
Slaves.
filled.
This
Order
modern
filled.
obsession
Эфир
with
Huge,
happiness
Short
is the
2К.
number one problem with the world. Because I really don't
Order
believe
placed.
humans were ever evolved to be happy. Were we? Where?
Order
Tell me,
placed.
you're the expert, bro.
Short
Where did it
Order
come?
placed.
Where did it come in our timeline that we were supposed to be happy all the time?
No,
Where's
I
that
agree.
coming?
I agree with you. I don't think happiness is the goal. I think fulfillment is, and I think following your purpose and all the way through is what's going to give you fulfillment. I think that's the highest thing in life. I don't put too much stock in happiness. Contentment, maybe.
You can look around and be like, look, I have a good
ETC
life.
Huge,
And you're right, you
Long
can be very
26К.
satisfied with what you have. But to believe that as an adult, as a full-grown man, you're going to feel constant happiness like you're a 3-year-old child.
Order
is
filled.
asinine.
АПТ,
And all these
Long
people who are constantly
71К.
complaining about how they feel
XRP
probably
Huge,
don't have a
Long
spectrum of
1M.
emotions
Order
much different to
Honda
mine.
Huge,
Order
The
Long
difference is I don't sit around and cry
770К.
about it. Because I don't live that kind of life. I don't have that
ID
kind of
Huge
conditioning in my
падает
mind. I don't give a shit how I
2%.
feel. I have things to do.
Доги
But it's
Фьюч
also the
падает
way you were raised.
2%.
And maybe if you were
Доги
raised in a
Long
different
7.
way, you might
Ливер
be
Фьюч
different. You
падает
might have a different
2%.
relationship to your emotions.
Honda
Is
Фьюч
that-
Yeah,
Long
if I was raised as a pussy,
770К.
I'm sure I would be a pussy.
Араев Фьюч
But I
падает
never was. And
2%.
that's what most of these men
Нет,
are.
Long
I'm being honest. When people
63К.
come to me, I feel this way.
ZRX
You're a
Фьюч
pussy.
падает
Oh, but I feel.
2%.
Who gives a fuck how you feel?
FLM
I'm about to
Фьюч
break
падает
into your house,
2%.
strangle your wife to death.
КЕС
Who
Фьюч
gives a
падает
fuck how you feel? Like,
2%.
your emotion has nothing to
Honda
do with the
Фьюч
harsh reality of this
2%.
world. You're either successful
Доги
or you're
Long
not. Life is
16.
binary.
placed.
You either win or you lose.
Фьюч падает
Order
Survive or you
filled.
don't.
2%.
These people are so
XRP
obsessed
Order
with
placed.
themselves and how they feel.
Order placed.
As a
XRP
man,
Фьюч,
there is
Long
no
2M.
easy life.
RD Фьюч,
If you're looking for an
Short
easy life,
68К.
you should have been a girl. You made a
LA
mistake.
Фьюч падает
Your life is not about
2%.
being easy. Your
Берега
life is not about being
USDT,
happy.
Long
Your life is
540К.
always going to be
Эфир Фьюч,
difficult. All of the
Short
pain
2К.
you feel, all of the
RD
sadness you feel,
USDT,
you're supposed to
Short
feel as a
25К.
man, and you have two
XRP Фьюч,
effective binary
Long 2M.
choices.
ШИБА,
You either go
Long
through the
28
suffering
тысячи.
and go through the trauma and go through the
XRP
hardship it
Long
takes to be a
2M.
man of value,
Нир
or
BTC,
you
Long
suffer eternity as a
65К.
nobody. And being
CS,
invisible,
Long
I would
49.
argue, is
Placed.
almost worse.
Order
You can have a
filled.
very
Order filled.
stress-free life if you work in
Order
Starbucks.
filled.
You don't care about the Starbucks once you
Order
clock off.
filled.
You're not at
Order
work at the
filled.
time. You go home, you play video games,
Order
and you
filled.
exist until you
Adam,
die.
Order
Long
filled.
1.
That's stress-free,
XRP
but you
Order
have to
placed.
suffer
Long
being a
2M.
nobody.
Placed.
Alternatively, you can
Order
go out there into
placed.
the world, try and implement your mark on the world, work hard, try to get rich, more money, more problems. You can try and start a business, the stress of that. You can lose your girlfriend because all you're
RD
doing is
Фьюч,
working.
Short
This is a new
22К.
level of stress, a new level of trauma,
XRP
but at
Фьюч,
least you'll be a
Long
somebody
2M.
at the end of it. There's two ways to
АПТ,
suffer. You either
Long
suffer as to becoming a
68К.
somebody, or you suffer as a
Фьюч,
perpetual
Long
and forever
80К.
nobody.
BSV Фьюч падает 2%. RNDR USDT, Short 140К.
Key component to
Фьюч,
masculinity
Long
is
11К.
discipline.
XRP
If you do not
Фьюч,
have the discipline to
Long
dedicate
2M.
yourself to anything, you are going to fail and be crushed by the people who can. If you only go to the gym when you feel like going to the gym, you're never going to be as strong as the people who go to the gym when they don't feel like going to the
Нет,
gym.
Long
That is a
63К.
reality of life. So, I train every single day. I've actually heard from some people saying, you overtrain. And I explained to them, one, I don't believe in rest. I'm not you. I'm not pussy. I'm not broke like you are, Mr. Fitness Trainer, standing around the gym teaching people $50 an hour. I don't need to listen to you. Secondly, I don't train because I want to get bigger. I train every day because it is difficult to train every day. It hurts. I don't want to. I wake up and I'm busy. I have other things to do. I don't feel like doing it. So I force myself to do it 7 days a week, 365 days a year so that I know I'm the kind of person who can do what he doesn't want to do when it needs to be done. I am that man. And it's more of a mental exercise than a physical exercise at this point. How can you ever outcompete me if I can force myself to do the things I don't want to do and you cannot? Discipline is absolutely essential for success, and you need to get very comfortable and very used to the idea of understanding that on your path to greatness, there are going to be long periods of time where you hate what you are doing, where you are dissatisfied with the actions you must undertake, where you are tired, where you are stressed. That is why it is difficult. That is why most people won't make it. If the path was easy, everybody would walk it and it would lead nowhere. 100 people start the path, 99 fall off because it is difficult, and the one person who makes it to the end gets the gold. If all 100 made it to the end and the gold was divided by 100, it wouldn't even be worth anything. The difficulty gives it value. The fact that it is difficult to do is the key component into the fact you want it in the first place. If it wasn't difficult, everyone would have it and you wouldn't want it because no one would respect you. It's supposed to be hard. Life is supposed to be hard. You're supposed to think this is terrible. You're supposed to suffer and smile through the pain regardless. Discipline is the key to success in all realms as a man. And if you lack it, you stand no chance.
A lot of people sit back and dream about being a sports figure, or dream about being a SEAL, or dream about being an astronaut. And all it is a motherfucking dream. They don't put the work behind the dream. That dream has become their fucking master.
Why not see how much you can earn? Why not see how much you can learn? Why not see how many skills you can develop? Why not see what kind of person you can become?
When you become a master of your fucking dream is when you say, I want to go be a Navy SEAL. You say, okay, I'm going to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 fucking months. The dream was the one thing I thought about, and the dream was now gone. Now, what comes in, the dream goes away, and the fucking laundry list of fucking